everyone, welcome to Flourish Crochet. My name is Jana Kay, and this is the third video in my hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2025 series. I was asked by KK and Kristen at K and K Crochet to take part, and I am putting out 8 videos showcasing different ways that you can add handmade items to your Christmas gift giving. It's just a way to add a touch of yourself, your personality, your love for crafting to the gifts that you are given. So I have looked for gifts that can be done quickly, can use 1, maybe 2 colors of yarn, but not a lot of sewing in ends, ones that are simple as well. And they may not always be free, but I think so far the patterns that I have shown are. If you have missed the first 2 videos, then I will put up links as I am talking to those first 2 videos. So today I'm talking about jar toppers. Jar toppers are great ways to add a touch of your love for crafting, a touch of your personality and handmade to the gifts you are giving. And so I've got a couple of patterns to show you. The first pattern that I found was a pattern by Kristen Omdahl. She calls it Easy Beginner Mason Jar Topper. And it is very cute. It has a little flower that you make on top, and then you attach rows to go around the top of the jar. And so let me put it on a jar. I've got several different sizes of jars to show you. So this is a little bit fatter one right here. And then it has this where you can weave in like a ribbon to tie. I use some variegated cotton yarn. A lot of my patterns in all of the videos use scrap yarn for almost all of them. And there is 1 to 2 videos that I will put out that are bigger projects, but simple, quick, easy to make. But so this is just a variegated cotton yarn that I had scraps of. And you can also do the flower in one color and around here change color for the part that goes over the jar. So this is just a plastic container. I have this jar that's got it's a smaller lid kind of on a bigger jar, and that's what that one would look like. You could also, if you wanted to, continue this is a row of just double crochet before you get to what I call the window rows. It's actually a window with 2 double crochets, but you could actually do another solid row if you want that lower down. Maybe like if you're going to put it around here, maybe you want one more solid row before you do the windows for the ribbon. You don't even have to, I think it's very pretty even without the ribbon around it. But like I said, you could do the flower one color and the part that goes around the jar. You can also add, do another row of increase if your jar is wider, like this one has a much wider top. I did not make one that was bigger in circumference, but you can always, after this row of double crochet, do a row of increases to make the circle bigger. And but yeah, very cute pattern. Free tutorial on Kristen Omdahl's YouTube channel. Then Elise at Elise Rose Crochet. She had a pattern that's also a kind of like a flower, not quite as obvious flower. Hers is called Cute Crochet Glass Jar Covers. She was putting them on those small glass yogurt containers. I forgot what brand it is, but hers has a little puff row of puff stitches before you get to the part that goes around the jar. And she did these window rows, but not necessarily. She'll even say in her tutorial it's not really for ribbon, although you can. And again, you can make you can do an increase round after you do the puffs. You could do an increase round so that it would go over a bigger jar. But yeah, it really, they're popcorn stitches. It's not that scary. It's not that terrible. There are, I think it's 12. And in fact, this might be the pattern that there were 10 and I increased it to 12 because I think she used worsted or 4-weight yarn and I used DK. And so I think I increased it to 12. So you could even increase the number that you have here to make your circle fit a bigger jar. So lots of ways to adapt this pattern. Again, you could do the puff stitches or the popcorn stitches in one color and then do, you know, I could have done red and then this in green. But jars are great for filling with so many different things, whether it's candies, you can fill it with sayings or scripture verses. You can fill it with the dry ingredients to your favorite brownie or chocolate chip cookie recipe, or maybe it is a soup mix that you put in the jar, and these toppers are great. So I have 2 more, or actually I have 3 more to show you. I thought, again, this is kind of floral, and this definitely is floral. So what about guys? What if you want to give somebody, a kid, a jar of like coins or something like that, that you know, you maybe you're giving money but you want to give it in coins or some kind of collectible like marbles. What could you do? And I just thought, why not make a plain circle? So I did the regular circle. I think I started out 10 and then just increased. You could start with 15, 12, 8, and increase to the size of the top of your jar. And I think I did it for this one. It fits pretty well on that one. And then in the back loop, I did double crochets in the back loop to help turn it. And then you can top it with something. You could leave it plain and you've added a touch of handmade, or you could top it with an amigurumi, like a donut, or you can top it with a macaroon. You can top it with a heart if it's for a little girl, or maybe an applique flower if you want it to be more feminine. There are so many things that you can top these with. My next video, let me check. It is my next video. I'm going to show some amigurumi and also some applique, and a book that I really like for appliques that would make great toppers to go on here. You can make balls and top it with a snowman to make it look Christmassy. or even just a simple ball that's red and call it Rudolph's nose. You know, it's so many things that you can do with just a plain circular pattern to top a jar. And you can, it's a little, this big jar, it's a little too small. I probably, to get it to fit around this better, would do one more row of increases. So very easy, simple. Sometimes we, or I, tend to get a little complicated when it's something as easy as doing a circular pattern to put on a jar topper and then add something to it. You can even add those rows of like these open window stitches if you do want to put a bow around it. So that is an idea to make a jar topper that's more fit for a child or for the man in your life, a man, a boy, a son, whoever it is, a nephew that you are gifting to. So those are, this one was just mine coming up with something to do that would be conducive for a non-feminine or a child jar topper. And then as I was searching, I came across a topper for a wine bottle. And there are a lot of people that gift wine. And I thought it was the cutest idea. So this pattern is by, it's called Just a Santa Hat for Wine Bottles by Sigoni Macaroni. It is her YouTube channel that she does a free tutorial on, and this is what it looks like. And it is a topper for a wine bottle. So if you have a wine bottle, this one is more, it's long and squared off, and it still fits, but you can always adapt, again, your increase and decrease rows. But isn't that the cutest thing? It's so cute. And this one is more, it tapers a little more, and both of them are different circumferences around. This one is, I can't remember, I think this one is actually skinnier by like 1/2 inch. But then I have another one that's about 1 inch bigger in circumference, and this will still, I made it with acrylic, and this will still stretch out. You can use cotton. Cotton doesn't stretch as much. And I thought, what a great idea if you're gifting wine to quickly, there are 32 rows, and I made a pom-pom. Just, I don't know if you can tell, let me move this closer to the, it is loops of chains. It's 40 loops of chains. This one is 10 chains that then you go back and slip stitch into the magic ring, and it made a pom-pom. I don't have a pom-pom maker, didn't feel like going out and buying a pom-pom, so I made this cute little fluffy one to go on the end of that. But as you can see, it leans quite a bit, so you could do a little bit fewer rows and adapt it, but it really did not take long at all to make this. So this is by Sigoni Macaroni, her YouTube channel. It is a free tutorial, free pattern. And then I got to thinking, wait a minute, what if I want to make a Santa hat for a jar? And so I did. I basically just used her idea and made, you start out with the brim of the hat, and it's just half double crochets in the back loop. And then I alternated these red and green sparkly stripes of just scrap yarn I had over, and I did not tie it up. I carried the yarn So when I did the green and got back, I just carried the red up, did the red, got back, carried the green up so I did not have, I only had the beginning and the end to sew in. So it was also a very quick make. And I just kind of guessed on my decreases to make it a little more pointy. I didn't want it like a regular beanie that's flatter. So I did some decreases and then just a row around with no decreases, did a couple of more decreases, a row around so that it came out a little more pointy, and it works for this jar. I measured the circumference of the jar and went down an inch, and isn't that cute? This pom-pom was made using 12 chains. I don't know, move the other one. I don't know if you can tell the difference in size, maybe a tad bit different in size. Between the 10, I'm trying to hold them side by side, between the 10 and the 12 chains, but I thought that was so cute and a cute idea. I will link, I forgot where I got the idea to do a pom-pom this way, but the channel, it was a YouTube video tutorial, so the channel will be linked below. But there you go, a Santa hat jar topper. So I hope this gives you some really great ideas of how to top jars. If you have any patterns that you would like to share, please put them down in the comments below, and hope that this gives you some great ideas for how you can add a touch of handmade to your Christmas gift giving this year. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.